What is up, guys? Winter Kills here, and we are finally back with more post-commentary duel videos. We've got Lair of Darkness Infernoids on the right versus me playing a early build of Sekka Mermails. I've got Light of Sekka in there. I'm proxying them currently because at the time I played this last night, I ordered the Light of Sekkas, but I just wanted to have like an actual like physical placeholder for the time being, so I printed out some proxies. I'm not playing the whole troymare extra deck list in this video, although I probably will switch to that very soon. I'm just not sure to what extent. I was thinking about for the new mermail deck profile, I'm probably gonna do a profile that includes Mermail Abyss Alacia. I know it's not coming out until I think like the next set after Flames of Destruction. But I might just do a profile of that because I just kind of want to play the build with Alacia in it because it's just so much better. Like, the card is so good. It just beats Mistar Boy in every way possible. Like, Mistar Boy is absolute garbage compared to Alacia. I think it just changes the deck, and all the Troymare stuff is just so good. Especially cards like Griffin and Cerberus, and they're all good because it just takes two monsters with different names to go into them and allows you to spam links really easily. I just didn't have the time to make proxies before this video, so probably for the next deck profile I probably will be playing some of the new Troymare stuff. So he does tribute to summon the Darkest Diabolos, whatever you want to call him. And you can tribute my monsters because he has Lair of Darkness, which sucks really bad. And then this guy, this Darkest Diabolos, I just can't do anything about him. As you see, I ashed his Monster Gate, which was really good. Luckily, I had that, but I cannot tribute his Darkest Diabolos, and I cannot target it with card effects, which sucks. And it's got 3,000 attack, so like, not a whole lot I can do with it here. And I also forgot to add controller off of my last Undyne, which I think I add the controller to my hand here. That's why I take back that summon of Undyne, because I wouldn't have been able to do it. I don't want to soft cheat any more than I did. It was unintentional. So that's why I add that controller real quick there. Send the infantry to pop that Lair of Darkness, and that's all I really can do. I don't have much in my hand. Like, I kind of opened up mediocrely, I guess. Subpar hand, and then he goes into, I don't even know what that link is. It's something which all I know is that when it's summoned, he just bounces something to my hand. It's got 1700 attack, and very annoying card the entire game. He ends up bouncing a couple cards with that just by bringing out. There's Light of Sekka. We'll draw 2, no spells and graves, then we banish it to return that controller to the hand. That's the one utility that I really love about Light of Sekka and Undyne. The Undyne engine is it allows you to like just constantly reuse your Undyne engine by putting the controller back into the deck. It's super nice, and obviously the draw 3 there, super clutch as well, and it allows me to draw into a whole bunch of stuff. As you see, I draw into like Teist, Gund, stuff like that. I draw into another Light of Sekka as well for next turn, and I try to pop the Diabolos, whatever you want to call him. I just can't decide on a name to call him. But then I realized, you know, I can't. This is my first time ever playing against this Lair of Darkness deck, and it's actually pretty legit. I think the Infernoid build might be a little better than like the build with all the viruses. I think it's a little more consistent. At least that's what my friend told me. A little more consistent to, you know, play the deck because you don't have to rely on having, you know, darks as much. You know, with the pure build to, you know, resolve your viruses or what have you. And I think he actually forgot to get the effect of Arima, the Wicked Warden, off the first turn there. I just want to go back to that a little bit. I think he was supposed to tribute my Moulin to draw, and that would trigger summoning the Diabolos from the grave. I think I might point that out, though. I think that might have been a slight misplay he did make. But then I go into Gaios, which is like sort of my saving grace for a few turns, because it makes it so he can't attack over any of my monsters, but it's still kind of bittersweet because I have really no way to boost the attack of any of my monsters to get over it. You know, in this build, I can't play a card like Mizuchi to boost the attack of any of my monsters because then I can't run Light of Sekka, right? It's a give and take with that card. Even though it's very good for the draw power, it's still a give and take in the fact that, you know, can't play other spells or traps, really. And it just sort of leaves me in this weird spot. Like, I would have loved to go into an Abyss Dweller right now, but I can't. I can't even negate Diabolos' effect because he does have more attack than Gaio. So I'm kind of like in a really bad position, and I'm not maining Kaijus, and even if I was maining Kaijus, it doesn't matter because it can't be tributed. So there's literally nothing I can do to get over it. I would literally need a Mastar Boy and Gaios. Like, but I would need to make Mastar Boy first, then Gaio. So, like, there's literally, at this point in this first game, there's nothing I can do. He does resolve the Void Feast when I try to Ogre the Vanishment. And he will summon a couple off of this. But luckily, I do have the Gaios on board to negate. And I think he does make another misplay here. And he was really trying to get back on the channel to redeem himself and not make that many misplays, but I'm pretty sure he would have still been able to send for cost off of Decatron. I could be wrong, though. I'm not sure. Either way, it doesn't really matter because that Darkest Diabolos is still on the field, and still nothing I can do about it. Banishing that Lightest Sekka to return the Nimble Angler back to the deck. Hopefully I can draw into something. I don't know what I'm looking to draw into. There's no soul charge in there, right? There's nothing else that I can really do. I'm just trying to stall at this point, I guess. Not a whole lot I can do. I decide to go for Undying here, and I send Neptibus, which is nice. And I can revive something out of the grave with that, but he does, I think, end up tributing and to banish that target of Neptibus out of the grave as I had that controller to hand. And I target Dragoons because I was trying to get some sort of setup where I could get, like, anything, like Bahamut Shark with a Mastar Boy, like, just 3100 attack, just something to beat over the Diabolos, and I just couldn't. He had all the right pieces there, you know, banishing the Dragoons out of my grave, and then when I go to attack, you know, banish the Mander out of my grave. Not much I can do there. Wasn't really prepared for the Infernoid matchup, didn't really have any sides at all for the Infernoid matchup. It was just rough. Like, first time ever playing against this card, and then the boss monster gets dropped on me, and it's pretty much game over, at least, you know, for this first game. Summon Megalo, discarding infantry, which will pop nothing obviously, and then I have the Angler that tries to go off, which gets ashed. And that's all she wrote for game one. We're going to go ahead and go into game two. So here we're starting things off with Lightest Sekka. Luckily, it's going to go through. No Ash Blossom there to stop it. And I think I put back an Angler, that was, to go ahead and draw another card. Go ahead and get that extra draw there. Might have been put back an Angler. I don't know, because I see another Angler in my hand. I'm not sure. And then we're going to go Teus, discard Angler, which is a pretty good combo. I'm going to add Mander, summon out Sunfish, and summon out the Beaver. Now, and like I said, I wasn't playing the Troymares in this build, but I definitely think they'll fit in really well. I'm going to go ahead and print out some proxies of them and play test them with a little bit. Like, the only deterrent I think I'll say, and I don't want to, you know, go too far off topic, is, like, the thing that's going to stop me from picking up Troymares in real life is price-wise. We'll have to see how they are. I'm trying to save some money, trying to be on a budget for the time being of all the cards I've had to pick up in the past. Troymares, like, if they're too expensive, I'm just going to have to, like, play proxies of them for a while until I can afford them. So, but anyways, the Star Boy comes down, and I'm lucky enough to at least go into a Toad play here. I was going to go into Saryuja, but I figured it'd be in my best judgment to make a safer play. I have Ghost Ogre in hand. And Foolish Burial is going to come down, but I have to remember I need to summon my Swap Frog in the standby phase. Don't want to forget that. And then Foolish comes down. I decided to negate it because I don't want him to send Darkest Diabolos to the grave, because then I can't do a goddamn thing about it. And then I'm really quick to destroy the Decatron. Which I don't know if I should have done. The effect, of course, will still go off, sending Sight Mist to the grave. And then he has Void Imagination, discards another Sight Mist, and then he's gonna give me the old classic Void Imagination, and then send, you know, every Infernoid, or at least 6 of them, to the grave, you know, and then summon Tiara. Now, granted, I think I mind gamed myself out of this one a little too much. And what do I mean by that? As we each send 3 from extra deck and mill 3. Now he's gonna send 3 Elder Entity NTTS, which when they get sent to the graveyard destroy something, so he can just blow up my entire field. Granted, I add back, you know, 3 cards because I send a Toad to the grave, but it doesn't matter. Like that play just gives him so much advantage. You open up the absolute stones. Like, I can't do anything against it. I think I just mind game myself into thinking like he's gonna be able to get Diabolos out with the Foolish, and I'm not gonna be able to do anything about it. Can't beat over it, can't kaiju it, you know, and he's gonna run over anything that I have with the Mistar Boy, especially. That way I really won't be able to beat over it. So I negate the Foolish, and then I Ghost Ogre the Decatron, because I kind of have to, because if I don't, like, he's gonna send Deviati, then he has a monster negate, and if I don't stop the Foolish, then he's gonna normal Decatron, you know, send Deviati, force a negation out somewhere, or else he's gonna either be able to negate my Toad or my Ghost Ogre come time to activate the Void Imagination or Void Vanishment. You know, I can't really, I just can't do anything really about it. You know, I think he goes into the Doolittle Vampire, I think it's called. I think it boosts all fires by 500. And then he still had Void Feast and another Imagination in hand. I don't think he would have been able to get out Diabolos. But that doesn't matter. The fact that he would have been able to have access to the Decatron and the Deviati with the negate, the monster negate, pretty much screwed me over. He had more power plays than I had negations, so it is what it is. Kind of disappointed in my performance a little bit. Still kind of getting used to like the whole only playing 3 spell cards. I'm really excited though to play out the Troymares. It'll be interesting. It's gonna be weird playing just like a whole extra deck full of Troymares. I still don't know what to run. If I'm gonna run like 2 of each, I don't know what I should run. What do you guys think? Should I play 2 of each Troymare, or play like 1 of each and then 2 Griffin or something? I don't know. I'll probably start with 2 of each or something. But anyways, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and as always, Winter Kill signing out. We'll see you in the next one.